Okay, so this is going to be a first in many videos about how the New Testament documents are forgeries. So we're going to start with, did Peter write 1 and 2 Peter? So here we go. One of the major arguments that Peter, one of the disciples of Jesus, did not write 1 and 2 Peter is that Peter was illiterate. He couldn't write at all. As Bart Ehrman says in his book Forged, as it turns out, there is New Testament evidence about Peter's education level. According to Acts chapter 4, verse 13, both Peter and his companion John were illiterate. I should point out that 1 Peter is written by a highly literate, highly educated Greek-speaking Christian who is familiar with the Greek Septuagint. This is not Peter. So that's what Bart Ehrman says in his book Forged. Some argue that some secretary wrote 1 and 2 Peter, and Peter dictated the letters. However, this seems unlikely. As Bart Ehrman says in his book Forged, Peter could not have dictated this letter in Greek to a secretary any more than he could have written it in Greek. That would have required him to be perfectly fluent in Greek, to master rhetorical techniques in Greek. None of this is possible, nor can one easily think the letter was dictated in Aramaic and a secretary translated it to Greek. So this is what Ehrman argues in his book Forged, page 76. So this is not just Ehrman's view. Even Christian scholar Dr. Raymond Brown in his book Introduction to the New Testament agrees that Peter didn't write 1 and 2 Peter. See his book Introduction to the New Testament, pages 766 to 767. The conclusion we can draw is there are good reasons to doubt that Peter had Peter had anything to do with writing in the theology of 1 and 2 Peter. The fact is that Peter was illiterate and didn't know the Greek Old Testament or even Greek is a major reason that he didn't have any